flock in NASCAR's very first champion awards, but no, which would explain why they weren't there. So we'll just have to in the January 2000 some other races held at the facility, and then mention something startling. NASCAR and everybody else up to this point in 2015 had erroneously credited Greenville Pickens Speedway as hosting this race. Tom Schmay reached out to me via email and told me the story. Jonathan Nelson had done most of the heavy lifting on this piece and came up to Tom one day in late 2014 and said he had found an error in NASCAR's record keeping. They researched a little further, but after the World of Outlaws finals in November of that year at Charlotte Motor Speedway, they decided to drive south to Greenville, South Carolina and check out the main library for more information. There they confirmed Jonathan's suspicions, published the article a couple of months later, and shortly thereafter, everyone, including NASCAR, changed their records and gave credit for the August 25, 1951 Grand National race to Air Base Speedway. Thanks to the hard work of Tom Schmay and Jonathan Nelson, this one article is literally the only reason why we even know this track exists in the first place. So why the confusion? Well, Greg Fielden's 40 years of stock car racing is the ultimate source on early NASCAR racing and is largely seen as the definitive be-all end-all truth when it comes to NASCAR records and history. He likely was just looking over his sources, saw Grand National race Greenville, South Carolina, and just assumed, like so many other people, that it was Greenville Pickens Speedway. Another thing that they found in the article was the qualifying speed for the pole sitter Jesse James Taylor, just shy of 53 miles an hour with a time of 31.06 seconds. That is horrendously slow, not just by today's standards, but for the time as well. The culprit for these slow speeds? Bad track conditions. The article even found evidence of one unsanctioned race in May of 1950 being called off due to bad track conditions after just 15 laps, and Charlie Rush being declared the winner. Safe to say the track promoter Charlie Hicks was jumping into this whole stock car racing thing without having a clue about what he was doing. So much for his promo material touting the track as the South's fastest half mile. In the midst of the mad dash to find pictures of the speedway, a few people sent me articles from local newspapers just hoping to help out, and inadvertently they gave me the story behind Air Base Speedway's demise. Charlie Hicks had apparently been trying to secure a loan for the speedway under false pretenses. He said he owned the track fair and square with no issues. Problem was, however, that was a lie. He actually had a lien on his property. That means he couldn't sell or lease the property because the creditors had actual legal ownership of the track, probably due to unpaid bills. Charlie Hicks got fined $2,000 in September of 1951, which equates to nearly $20,000 in today's money. That likely put Charlie Hicks under, and by the time 1952 rolled around, the track was no more, likely liquidated by the people he owed money to. I had guessed that the track didn't even make it a decade, and I was right. Airbase Speedway only existed from 1949 to 1952, so any information on it is relegated to a very narrow window of time. To be quite honest, it's amazing we found anything at all, let alone such a crisp, low-flying aerial shot. But during everybody's haste to claim the bounty, I got a lot of photos that were definitely not of Airbase Speedway. Whether these were honest mistakes or grifters just trying to get a quick 60 bucks, I'll leave up to the racing gods to decide. But after a Jalopnik article picked up on my hunt for Airbase Speedway and added this photo for reference, everyone started sending me this pic saying they had found the action shot, even though this is clearly of the Daytona Beach circuit. I mean, hell, you can even see the paved section of Highway A1A. Right there in the shot. This photo of Greenville Pickens Speedway from the late 1940s got passed around a lot too. I've attended literally hundreds of races at Greenville Pickens, and I know the geography of the track like the back of my hand. This shot is taken from turn 3 looking at turns 1 and 2. Turns 1 and 2 have a hill behind them. The terrace of parked cars, probably the most famous aspect of Greenville Pickens Speedway, is visible in the shot too. And those reeds growing in the infield are from a creek that runs down the middle of the speedway. Today they've made a tunnel for the creek to cross under the track, but in time the little creek became known as Blackwell's Lagoon, in reference to the Blackwell brothers who would go on to own it. A few shots of Weaverville Speedway got sent to me as well, and honestly I can't blame the people that did this. There's a flag stand in the infield just like our low aerial shot, and in general the whole track just looks really cheaply built. But the dirt mounds that act as the front stretch wall are nowhere to be found at Airbase, so this is a no-go too. I did get some pictures that are all but impossible to verify, like this shot of Bob Flock in the pits with his number 7 car. He ran the number 7 at Airbase, but then again he ran that number at a lot of races, so there's no way to know for sure. I also got this shot of a wrecker at a night race that somebody says they found in a photo album titled Airbase, but again there's no way to verify this. With so many erroneous pictures now flooding my DMs, I began to lose hope of finding the action shot I was looking for. But Wednesday afternoon on September the 4th, Matthew Ludwigson sent me this pic via Getty Images. Now Getty Images states that this was a modified race held at Greenville Pickens Speedway in the 50s, but Matthew maintains that this is a shot of Airbase Speedway. The image is posted on Getty Images by ISC Images and Archives based out of Daytona, the same ISC that owns a good chunk of NASCAR's tracks today. The weird thing was I had actually seen this picture before, but just took the description for granted. But upon further inspection, I think Matt might be right. There's a light pole right there. We know Airbase had lights mounted on the inside of the track. We know the track hosted modified stock car races fairly often, but the dead giveaway for me, the geography around the track. As stated before, Greenville Pickens has hills in turns 1 and 2, so maybe this photo was taken towards turns 3 and 4. Well, no way. There's a river that runs behind turns 3 and 4, and you couldn't mount telephone poles back there. Plus, look at the infield. Greenville Pickens infield actually has a lot of rises and falls. It's far from flat. Turns 3 and 4 actually rise up quite a bit from the infield there. But this photo from the infield is perfectly flat. Not to mention the soil is different. Greenville Pickens is known for its red clay, but here we have a sandy lighter shade of soil that's usually indicative of the Piedmont area where Airbase is located. Also, take a look at the trees. Those are pine trees, and there aren't any pine trees near Greenville Pickens Speedway. This photo is beyond a shadow of a doubt not of Greenville Pickens Speedway. So why the error? The same reason why everybody misattributed Airbase as Greenville Pickens Speedway. It was in the Greenville area and record keepers saw Greenville in the title and just assumed it was Greenville Pickens, and not Greenville Textile Speedway, aka Airbase Speedway. Now who am I or anybody else to question Getty Images and ISC? Well, who was Jonathan Nelson to question all the record keepers in NASCAR itself? Big names have gotten the two mixed up before, and maybe when Nelson and Schmei's article dropped, Getty never got around to reviewing this image. So I'm calling it. This is an action shot, not of Greenville Pickens Speedway, but of Airbase Speedway. We found the shot. Here it is. Now how much would it cost to buy this photo outright? Jesus, $500? Never mind. Someone else can claim that. You guys are just going to have to deal with the watermark for now. So how do we dole out the bounty? Well, I said they had to come as a package deal, but information was so scarce that became unreasonable. I could split it 50-50, but that would be kind of sleazy, so I'm just going to give them the full bounty of $60. One of the winners actually declined the bounty and instead gave his winnings to Victory Junction. Good on him. Man, real talk for a second, I'm absolutely amazed at the response to this little quest of mine. I honestly didn't think this video would take off the way that it did, and the bounty would just remain open forever. But here we are. I want to thank Justin Wynn and Matthew Ludwigson for all of their hard work, and a special shout out to Adam Fenwick for sending me the article about the Speedway, and an even more special shout out to Tom Schmey and Jonathan Nelson for their diligent hard work. It's because of them that we even know of Airbase Speedway at all. So thanks guys. Thank you to everybody who participated in this crazy ride. But I'm still curious, is there anything left of the Speedway? Can we see the remains of this long dead and nearly forgotten track? You know what? Pack your bags, kids. It's time for a field trip. Come on, hurry up. We ain't got time for permission slips from your parents. Let's go. Just pack up your stuff. Last time on this channel, we unraveled the mystery surrounding Airbase Speedway, and we did such a good job in investigating that really the only thing left to do was to drive out to the side of the track and see if there was anything left. So this kicks off the first of what will hopefully be many episodes of Slap on Location.
I dreamed around and buried. I'm not where the sun will just explode. But God coming out into his kingdom. They call you sons of bitches when I go. Let it blow, let it blow, let it blow, let it blow.
Alright, so we're on our way to Airbase Speedway, or what used to be Airbase Speedway. It covers what is now like 3 different businesses. One of the places is pretty much abandoned. I think it's for lease by owner. The other 2 places we got permission for to poke around outside the property in the woods and stuff. And we're going to see what we can find. But I'll be honest with you, I'm a big proponent of not trying to clickbait people, so I don't actually expect to find anything out here. I expect the place to have been mostly picked over, but after the woods grew up where the track was, they just pretty much just left those woods as they were. So if something was out there back in 1970 when it started getting wooded over, chances are it's still there. If there's anything out there at all. But anyway, we're gonna poke around a little bit. Here it is right up here, and we're gonna turn in and see what we can find. Run in shop. Alright, so we're standing in the parking lot, the dock of 1507 Antioch Church Road, and according to aerial photos, this would have been about turn 4 right here. It was positioned a little bit diagonal from the road. Turns 4 and 3 would have been right through here. And in the 70s, I think the late 60s, they added in a railroad track here when they closed down Donaldson Air Force Base, which is over there. You can kind of hear the planes. They got a Lockheed Martin training facility out there. You can hear them whirring up a little bit. But they basically took all the military housing, all the military warehouses, all that stuff, converted it over for an industrial park. And so they just built up all this stuff, put in all these railroad tracks, and just built the whole place up. So to be honest with you, probably was a lot better for the local economy than just having one random dirt track out here. But we're gonna see what we can find. All right, so we are standing right where the backstretch used to be. That used to be turn 2 and turn 1 back over this way.
And Keebler's never skip on fudge.
Hey, we found a boat! High five, Jonathan! We got ourselves a boat! Now we just gotta let that thing drain out. Look how much water is in there. Today we're back down here at Lake Billy Chinook, and the reason why we're down here, Bert, why don't you go ahead and tell us why we're down here today?
We're here to salvage 2001 Centurion boat. Hopefully Jared can help us out here today.
So let's go find out where this boat is at and see if we can help Bert out today. Your boat appears to be a little sick, so let's bring it to the dock.
To the dock, yeah.
All right. Boom, boom. Well, the good news is we got Jonathan here with me today. He's over 200 dives now.
Ooh.
He just recently celebrated his 200th by helping me get a Corvette out of the river.
That was a lot of fun.
My goal today, I think we have this out in 2 hours.
I hope so too. That'd be great.
Everything is gonna go perfect, right, Kira?
Usually not.
You're gonna make Bert nervous,
Yeah,
Kira.
you're making me nervous now.
What we're gonna do, fire up the generator, drop the pump in the lake, drop the lake 30 feet. We won't even have to go scuba diving today.
Oh, that sounds like a way easier plan.
Yeah. You know, I live in a cul-de-sac of 8 houses, and because of my antics, 4 of them sold their houses this year. True story. Check, check, check. Do you have sound on me? Okay, so mine's on Vox, so that's good. I got the right setup. On that note, I got audio. Jonathan, if he can hear me, but he has no microphone. We need to find ourselves a boat. Once we get below that 15-foot mark, visibility gets a little bit better, so that's good news. And if we just come out here about 30 feet, we should find ourselves a boat out here. Let's see, we're down at 40 feet right now. Find a boat. Hey, we found a boat! That's awesome! Woo! Yeah! Oh, that's why it sunk. It was expired tags. It's your own fault, Bert. Boat's been expired. Sink. Oh, look! There's a cell phone still hooked up. Okay, we'll take his phone back to him. All right. See if the phone still works. Phone's not working. All right, so Jonathan is cooking up a marker. Is what he's doing right now. The marker allows us to actually drop down on the boat and know right where it's at next time. All right, what else we got here? We want to analyze what we're going to do. So we got the buoys there, cleats there, big swim platform. Oh, we still got, I wonder if we could just go right there. Let me see. Oh, that's sitting on there. Okay, so the boat's sitting on a rock over there. So we're going to take the shackle, fast it right to these to lift the boat at the back is what we're going to do. And then we'll slide underneath the front. I think that's going to be our game plan. This is sitting nice and low there. Now for the front of it, let's go take a look there. We might need to reposition it. Oh, you lost some of your cushions there, Bert. Your cushions are missing. Alright, what about... Yeah, that motor. Motor will be just fine. Oh, keys are still in it. Let's see if it starts. Play some of your favorite Taylor Swift songs, right? Yip, yip. We got ourselves a boat. We got ourselves a boat.
Right on.
Yeah. All right, so there's your phone, Bert.
Oh, thank you. It was still attached to the cord.
Really? Yeah. It was hanging on the boat. Game plan.
Well, hopefully
The back of that boat is sitting right up against those rocks.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to swing the back of it like I wanted to. So let's take a bag for the back.
Okay.
And then we have the hooks, like the toe straps on the back. So let's go to each one of those.
Okay.
Directly with the shackle. So we're going to take the top one that has the 2 bags on it. Just lay it over the top of the railing here. Okay. Hand me the tank. And Thank you. We're gonna hook these up, back to the other two bags, and you'll see a boat floating after that. Yeah, 32 feet. The boat's right about 40. Yep, there's the boat coming up on it now. We're gonna go on the front of the boat. Pull this around the front. Hey, Jonathan, let me grab a strap from you. Putting some air in it now. Let's go ahead and attach this one now. Put some air in there. That's not taking much to float the boat at all. That set the boat right up. And we don't even have that much air in it. So if you think about it, Bert, right now the front of the boat is standing straight up, and we slid that sling underneath, and without those motorcycle straps, once it lifted, boom, those would have just popped right off. Your boat would have straight back down. I think we know what we're doing, Kara. For real. You believe me yet, Kara?
Sure.
Once you see a boat, maybe?
Yeah.
All right. I think I know what your problem is, Bert.
Okay, what is that?
When you came down to the lake, were you aware of the Bluetooth iceberg?
I was not aware of that.
It'll sink anything. Get it, Bluetooth? Sink.
You're fired from telling jokes.
Yeah.
I want the bag that doesn't have the rope on it. All right, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The next time you see me, we're gonna have a boat. All right, I'm ready. Here we go. All right, there we go. We're coming up on the middle of the boat. Looks like, oh, there's the front of it. So it's already floating up there. So Jonathan's gonna be up there attaching the tow line to tow it back to the surface. I'm gonna drop down here and attach this to the very back of the boat underneath here. So, if all goes well, under here, what we're looking for, there's a little cleat at the back. We should be able to fasten right through. See, that's the one I'm looking for, right there. So, we just go straight through there. Can you see that? Simple enough. No problem. Back attached. Turn some air on. Just put, Hey Jonathan, go ahead and go grab that other tank for us. Oh, look at that. We're going to go ahead and slow it down. The boat's floating. It's shooting up. I mean, it's not like shooting. We're heading up and it's not taking much. I really like this. Woo-hoo! Up we go! Into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sky. Woo-hoo! We got a boat! Yeah! How's that look, Bert?
I like it. I want to see it up here.
Today's episode sponsor is OTS. We're able to put on their little rail systems here. I'm able to take and put some camera systems on there. We have the flashlight systems on there. We also have communication, so that way Jonathan can hear what it is I'm doing. Check out the link in the description. Support them as they're supporting us out here, getting things like boats and the environmental oils that come with it. We're doing a good thing for the environment. We'll see you in a minute. Hey, Jonathan.
This big ship behind me is full of foam. They put expanding foam down there to stop it sinking years ago. This is a video about digging the foam out and seeing what's down there and trying to make some more space. Beauty! Look at that. Oh, that's nice.
Are you going to be doing that all day?
This is Ben. He's the captain of the ship. Ben's building a big Hoover bag machine. So there's going to be 6 of these filters to filter the dust as it comes out of the boat. So this is a lighthouse ship. It was used originally as a sort of mobile lighthouse that could be anchored off in various parts of the country. It was built in 1939. Back in the 80s, they started filling up the compartments with buoyancy foam. I guess it's sort of 30-year-old foam that we're digging out. And the whole boat's full of it. All the different bulkheads are filled with foam, and slowly Ben's been carving it out. The Hoover box is taking shape. Look at that. So foam goes in there, gets munched, goes down the pipe. It's time for the first test. Here we go. Okay, here's the bag. Oh, it's high pressure. This is a beautiful machine. It's time to start excavating. The excavation begins. I said that already. I know, but I wasn't recording. So basically there's going to be a lot of that for a long time. Yeah. The moment of truth. The nozzle's going to suck up this foam. Bloody works! Told you it would work. There's no dust at all, is there? No. Okay. So here's the foam collected in the box. It's totally working. We're excavating. This is like archaeology. We're digging into the boat. How big a hole are you going to cut? So this is going to be the new hatch. So you're cutting a new hole there. Hey! Look at all that foam. Wow, that's a really big, kind of crazy bit. Alright. Foam ahoy. Off it goes, straight in. Lovely bit of foam here.
I'm going to stand in my new room.
Time for a Hoover. Time for a Hoover. Unsheath the Hoover. It's time to unsheath the Hoover. Cutting out all the foam by hand is a very slow and painful process. So we've been having to think about what we could do to speed things up. And we were looking on the internet, there's nothing really available, but then we did find this, the 800 watt garden tiller. So this is an electric kind of plough for your garden. If you wanted to sow vegetables, you could use this to rip up the soil. Hopefully this is going to speed things along. It might just be a terrible failure. Anything where you can use an electric tool rather than doing it by hand is definitely a good idea. Okay, in it goes. Yeah, electric tiller is just making mincemeat of the foam. It's like a hot knife through foam. Wow, look at all that foam. We burnt it out, it's died, but it did prove that this is a good solution as long as we don't let it overheat. So we just need to get some more. Ben, can you get some more? How much was that? It's quite a lot. She was a bit £69.
£69.
It's a shame. First bag is full of foam. Hopefully it's had a chance to cool down and it's going to work again. Yay! He's happy. That's a happy face. So what do you think? You're going in? It's pretty spacious, isn't it? This is like Silence of the Lambs or something now. It does feel like being down a mine now. It's kind of a soft, foamy mine. Okay, we let the machine cool down for a minute and it's now working perfectly. 2 bags. Time to get suited. Okay, this is the foam. It's really lightweight. In chunks like this, it feels very manageable, but just in large quantities, it's actually quite hard to budge. When the foam was poured in, it was poured in 2 parts. It mixes together, expands, and then sets. And you can see here where it's formed around the contours of the boat. All bags. You look like a sheep who's got a load of turds congealed round its bum.
I was thinking of you earlier.
What are you saying?
Yeah, dug-ins.
Yes. Ben's been shopping. Oh yeah, 550 watts. How much is that?
40 quid.
£40. Fail. The electric hedge trimmer's rubbish. Sawing is too big, so it doesn't go through the mulching machine. So that's Ben now cracking on with the electric tiller. So I'm going to go and give him a hand. It's a relentless, hideous task, but I can't stop myself just carrying on. Today is the big push. We've got another electric tiller and there's some backup coming, so hopefully we're going to clear a massive space. Ben sometimes seems a bit grumpy, but I know he loves me really. So what's that, bag number 6 or bag number 7?
That's bag number 7.
I've always wanted to go into a giant foam pit.
Get back down the hole. We'll hit the back.
Then what?
Then we'll go home.
Special treat?
Yeah, I'll buy you a coffee.
Woo!
Maybe a Snickers.
Okay. Do you feel a bit let down that?
Well, I'm hoping I'll graduate to the big one in a minute.
It's quite sort of addictive.
Yeah, it's exhilarating.
Yeah. Okay, if all else fails, we've got one of these. It's the second batch of bags. That's 8, 9. That's bag number 10. Beautiful shot, guys. 7 bags of foam, off to be recycled. I've been away for a few days and I'm looking forward to seeing what progress there is downstairs. I know they've got a different colour of suits, they've gone for white, and they've also got a different type of bag. Transparent foam sausages.
I would put it in a pile, but for tomorrow.
a lot of bags. All the 5 bags there. Oh, it's a pretty big space, isn't it? This is now like meters deep. I think we're nearly there now, aren't we? We are actually, like, we've broken the back of it. It's very dusty down there. I don't recommend it. If you want to try this at home, just don't do it because it's very dusty.
We're nearly hitting the floor. Either the next time or the time after that, we're going to be on the floor here.
Do you enjoy the mining process?
No. I mean, it's satisfying, but it's bloody horrible.
It is quite satisfying, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think we were slightly addicted to it?
No.
So Holy Grail, we've reached the floor. It's one big, thick, flat sheet of steel. Look at that, it's the floor! It's the floor! It's the floor! How's it going?
Badly.
Why? We got some...
You've broken all the tillers.
Oh, I thought you... Did you not order any more yesterday?
I ordered some more, but they won't be here until tomorrow.
Shit. The tillers have all died. God, this is an exciting point in the YouTube video, guys.
I'm gonna kill you.
This is tiller number 5 has died. And this cog is completely stripped. This ship is really big. Inside it has 2 separate apartments. It's got 2 offices, and downstairs there's a large recording studio.
The boat is about 46 metres long. It weighs about 550 tonnes.
How many bags have we done today?
I don't know.
I think maybe this was a bigger job than Ben anticipated. There's still a bit more down there, but it's pretty much done. Thank you very much. Okay, you're going to do another load, are you? Yeah, mate. Yeah. The sausages are going. It's like a proper room. We're going to do 10 bags, and then we're pretty much going to be done, right? No. Well, 10 bags, and I reckon we're going to be done. Ben says not. It's going to look like a room in 10 bags time. Today's the new record for bag loading. We've done 11. I think we've done something like 60 bags to actually get to the bottom. It's like a proper room. So much foam. But this is the final day, isn't it?
Probably not. Sorry. Yes.
Let's get down the hole. The big reveal.
It's not the big reveal. Stop saying that. Careful of this. It's a bit wonky.
This is the last bit to go.
Stop! Stop! You haven't bought the PewDiePie figurine. Limited.
Boarding pass, I've just got my passport at the moment.
You must go first here in the counter.
Okay, sure. First class, yeah. Oh, cool, thank you.
Could not believe you were flying first class.
I know, yeah. Obviously don't look the part at the moment.
The first class lounge makes the passport control
Okay.
for you, for your convenience.
Right,
So
yeah. Thank you. Is there a private transfer from the lounge to the
unfortunately
plane?
not, because this is if it would be an outside position going by bus, then you get a limousine service.
Sure.
But in this case, it is building direct from the building into the plane. So
Yeah.
that's why you have to walk by
Okay,
yourself.
sure, no worries.
Unique. But the lounge is quite nice. So
Excellent,
all right.
I'm very excited.
So nice.
Thank you very
Enjoy your
much. Have a
flight.
good
Yeah,
day.
you too. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
No limousine service. Gutted. Just absolutely breezed past check-in. I think when I first got there, the check-in clerk tried to send me elsewhere because he couldn't believe I was actually flying first class today. And to be fair, you can't really blame him. But yeah, now on my way to find the Lufthansa first class lounge.
Here I am at the business class check-in for Lufthansa. First time flying business class with Lufthansa, first time flying long haul with Lufthansa. Very excited, despite the very long queue for check-in.
You can go to the lounge here in this building, but there is one at the other building.
Which would you recommend? Which is best?
The other one is a little bit newer.
In the satellite? The one in the satellite building?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and
cheers.
have a good flight. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. So far, Munich Airport is an absolute dream. So clean, so fresh, so quick, so proficient.
Do you know if it's same check-in?
I imagine so.
It has economy there, look.
Actually, there's a queue for premium economy.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Here.
So there's...
This is the same. This is the economy.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was pretty easy. Surprisingly, these have never worked for me. I just had my boarding pass, scanned it, got the tag, enjoyed putting the tag on, loved that. Had it on the wrong handle, changed the handle, and my bag's gone off, and I've got a receipt for it, and that's it. Again, feeling like I'm having quite a premium experience because I have this whole carriage to myself. Maybe not what you'd expect from economy. I've got some space, I've got views, you know, what more could you want?
Hello. How do I get to the Lufthansa first class lounge?
First class lounge,
Yeah.
you have to go straight ahead. You see on the right side, it's first class lounge.
Okay, so after quite a lot of walking about and getting a shuttle between two different gates, I think I've finally found the first class lounge I'm looking for. Morning. How are you doing? Great.
It's your first time in this lounge?
It is indeed, yeah, my first time flying first class today, so
Oh, you're
yeah,
very excited.
Very, very excited.
So, let's start. I will show you a little bit.
Amazing.
So this is the outside area. You can have a drink here and eat something if you want.
Wow. Beautiful. Oh my god, it's a gym. Very big, bigger than my actual room. So I've just been shown to my own personal washroom, which, as you can see, has a toilet, has a bath and a shower. Unfortunately, I've just been informed that they are all out of hot water today, so it's going to be a very cold and quick shower, I think, but luckily, as I said, it's a hot day in Munich, so it might not be the worst thing in the world. Thank you very much.
Where do I go from here? Level 5. And then
great.
L25 is to your left hand side when you leave the elevator.
L25, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. Now leaving Lufthansa first class lounge. Very sad times. But heading to Lufthansa first class airline, which is very exciting. Hello.
Hello. Do you have a star?
Yes. Thank you. Mr. Daniel Ross, how was business?
It was alright. It was actually just alright. It was too hot. There wasn't a lot of food. Really rammed. But yeah. What about you?
Yeah, amazing. Like it was warm, but food selection's incredible. Like champagne, yeah, beautiful.
Well, a bit worried about having no lounge access, not eating any food before, because I don't know how long it's going to take to get served on board. So bought a cheeky turkey sandwich. I'm just gonna, treat myself with a full mouth. Time to board. We have a little story to share. Our friend Sean arrived at the airport in Munich, tried to check in and realised he didn't have an idiot. However, he is on a flight about 3 hours behind us, reviewing the exact same experience. He's just not there like he should be.
Thank you. Hiya, flying first class today.
Oh wow! It's your first time?
First time ever, yeah.
Great.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
She's gonna help you out with your seat.
Thank
and
you.
everything. So 2A, right?
Wow. Yeah,
This
amazing.
is gonna be your seat. If you have any questions, how it works, just let me know, okay?
Amazing.
My name's Anke, I'm gonna be your flight attendant.
Lovely to meet you.
Hi. Would you like a glass of champagne?
Sure, yeah.
Would you like rosé or would you like regular?
Regular's fine. Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen. 11K heraus, Sie dürfen den zweiten Gang runter.
Dankeschön. See you later, Liam. Champagne, please.
Sure.
Go ahead. Thank you. Cheers.
Q is kind of savage.
What are you doing here, Nikki? Can I just ask what you're...
It was very hot on that jet bridge, so I'm just cooling off with stealing a bit of champagne. You know?
Love.
My last taste of premium life.
Bye. Gotta go.
Hi, I'm in here.
Bye, thanks so much. We are about to take off, about 15 minutes late, but we're almost on our way. Thank you very much. I just want to talk you through a few of the amenities I've been given, a few of the extras that have come my way flying first class. So this Lufthansa first class pen, which is very, very fancy. Yeah, some spare charging wires, which kind of random but cool. And then I also have my Lufthansa first class amenity kit. So we have one comb, we have a little package here which includes a pair of socks, very nice, and some eye patches. Lovely. I was also given a pair of slippers which I'm going to change into soon, along with a pair of pyjama bottoms and a pyjama top, which I will put on before I turn this into a flatbed. So yeah, loads of free goodies. As this is my first time flying first class, I'm definitely going to keep them all. But yeah, all very cool.
Okay, we're in the seat. The A340 is in the 242 configuration, so I am in a window seat that's in a pair of two. So I'll show you around the space and economy. It is rather tight, but rather comfortable. Still got my bag in front of my legs, so that's kind of giving me a bit of restrictive leg room.
Pull the mask down fully to start the flow of oxygen. Cover your mouth and nose with the mask. Fall out. Also, use the space under the seat in front of you for stowing your carry-on baggage.
Kind of soft, luxury. Pillow is soft as well, better than you would normally get on a long-haul economy class flight.
To unfasten your seatbelt, simply
This is really
pull up
nice.
the flap.
And that's all I've got: a blanket, a pillow. I've not been given anything else so far. I've seen other people.
This seat is for those.
You could say we here at Top 5 Central are experienced with the funniest TV moments of all time. From
A little bit of fudge. Perfect. Perfect.
come visit California and get starstruck.
Alright, what's going on, happy people? I'm Robert Arrington. This is Deer Meat for Dinner, and we are with my good buddy. This is Mr. Curtis right here, y'all. This is the captain of the Big Smoke. We're up here in Nova Scotia chasing one of the most epic fish in the entire world, the giant bluefin tuna. The sun's just about to start coming up. There's herring boats pulling their nets right now, and as they pull those nets, the bluefin tuna and the whales and the seals and everything else are going to be eating those herrings. Well, right now, he's actually using his hydraulic motor, simulating the sound of pulling the nets. In the back, we're chumming with fresh herring, and now we're going to start putting baits in the water, baby.
Oh! Dude! Oh my God! Did you get that? Please tell me you got that. Oh, there he is! Oh my God!
That was a monster! I've been waiting about 20 years to come see this. Right there, that's my bait. But before I put this bait in the water, I want to just enjoy this. We're watching giant bluefins eat 3 feet from the side of the boat. Words can't express to you what I'm seeing right here. Keep your eye on the floater, boys.
There he goes.
Sarah caught one, Cameron caught one, and now I've got my bait rigged up and ready to go. Let it fall in the water. Make sure you don't have a tip wrap. We're just gonna let that bait gently flutter down. These fish are so smart. Even though they're eating right here at the side of the boat, you can't let any of the line get around your hand or around the boat or around the reel or the rod, because if it does, big problem.
Good, didn't he? Got him on!
Way to be, boys!
Good morning, Mr. Arrington. My name is Fly Navarro. I will be your co-pilot today. Make sure your laptops and tray tables and they're upright in lock position.
Been waiting many, many, many years for this. Look at that run.
I hate to say this, but I need you to come back faster.
I love testing my gear to the limits. I've got some really epic deer hunts coming up later this year, and I want to know how my stuff's gonna last in cold, wet, gnarly weather. This Thiessen, it's my 3rd day wearing it, y'all. That's what I'm gonna be wearing this deer season. Woo! Look at that.
All stations on my mark. 3, 2.
We got a really big fish on here. I'm trying to figure out, do we want to turn around and go face forward or back up? Looks like we're gonna make the turn. Got to back off the drag a little bit. Make your turn. You don't want to have super high drag, make the turn and break her off. I went to high gear so I can gather more line. Coming right to us. Here comes the mono. My arm feels like it's gonna burn off. If you've got a torch up against my arm, please, coming around to your ear. Okay, we gotta take this freaking thing off. I'll take it off. Cool. I got it. Felt like you had me in a Kimura there. Woo! There she is, right on the surface. Go get her. You don't need a lot of cranks, it's just low gear. Lean up, get your 1 or 2 cranks. Hey, it's gonna be an honor having you wire this fish for me.
Let me tell you, it is an honor to do it for you.
Hey. You guys, please go check him out on social media. Fly is like, I know there's a lot of YouTubers with bigger channels than this guy does, but ain't a guy on YouTube nowhere that has the breadth of experience catching crazy fish than this fella. So, you want to learn from the best? Follow the best. You can follow me too, just saying. Because we're friends, that's...
Yeah, exactly.
We've got it going perfect. We're both drifting down sea right at the same rate. Don't try to move her too much. Get a crank. Get a crank. Here she comes. Come on. Come on. She's gonna come up to the surface right here. I'm at 70. See it? There's something.
Yeah, it's rubbing.
There's the leader. Talk to me.
Keep winding. Keep winding.
I'm gonna come off the drag a little bit.
Okay.
Hey everyone, it's Shrinkgrave here, and today
I'm Erica Wright.
And I'm Ray Parisi. We both produce stories for CNBC on super high-end luxury real estate.
This video has 4 homes with the most insane pools that you've ever seen.
From the wild water world Celine Dion built in her backyard to a mansion with a haunted water park in the back.
And we're gonna start with the spookiest. Here's number 4.
Everything's bigger in Texas, even the real estate.
Before we show you what's out back, let's take a quick look inside.
This place unfolds over 37,000 square feet.
And check this out. We found a secret passage hidden behind this bookcase.
It leads to the second level where there's a giant game room and movie theater.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to entertainment.
The owner also purchased the $6 million mansion next door and connected them.
And turned this whole place into the funhouse.
There's a basketball court that can be turned into Party Central.
Check out the DJ booth perched on a glass balcony that overlooks the court.
This party pad also has a virtual reality sports simulator.
Bowling alley.
Another movie theater just for the kids.
And a room full of bunk beds for the ultimate slumber party.
But the fun really goes into hyperdrive in the backyard.
Which looks like a full-blown amusement park.
The 750,000-gallon pool has 3 giant water slides.
And to give you the full effect, our camera guy strapped on a GoPro and took the plunge.
There's also a zip line that dumps you into the pool.
And water cannons for soaking your buddies.
But this is the absolute craziest part of this water park.
It's the lazy river, which seems relaxing until it's totally not.
It flows into a grotto where things get creepy.
Super creepy. It's crawling with mummies, bats, and other spooky animatronics.
And if you're wondering how much a haunted water cave and all the Wet n Wild rides cost?
Well, we asked, and the owner said it soaked him for about $10 million.
How cool would it be to grow up in that house?
Or scary.
This next house is not scary at all. It belongs to Celine Dion. It's got one of the biggest pools you've ever seen.
Here's CNBC's Robert Frank with house number 3.
It's a home like no other we've ever been invited to.
Welcome to Celine Dion's jaw-dropping estate on Jupiter Island, one of the most exclusive communities in not just Florida, but on the entire planet.
You really are in your own world when you come through the gates here.
The diva's secluded mansion has 486 feet of unspoiled beachfront, but the epic view of the Atlantic is just the beginning. Celine built her own private ocean in the backyard. Much of the almost 6-acre compound is an aquatic paradise. It's a 460,000-gallon dream come true for kids. That includes a Titanic-sized private water park with 2 slides that spill into a flowing river.
Those are water cannons up and down, so you can be bombarded as you float down the lazy river.
The currents carry you around Celine's private water world, under several bridges, and into 3 perfectly crafted beaches designed for sand-free sunbathing.
If somebody really wanted their own private water park for their kids, you really couldn't build this again on Jupiter Island, could you?
This is not replaceable and not reproducible.
Celine hired super broker Adrian Reed to sell her one-of-a-kind $45.5 million island retreat.
The peace and the beauty of it is just hard to match.
And that's no exaggeration. There's a luxurious pool house, a fabulous gazebo for poolside dining, a tennis court that can also be used for shooting hoops, and an elegant beachfront cabana for massages. And at the very center of the infinity pool is the property's hottest feature, a fire pit lounge built into the pool.
Are these little bars right here?
Swim-up bars, sure. You can eat lunch or have a drink in the afternoon.
So you could comfortably fit 15 to 20 people on this property and still not run into each other a lot.
I think you could hide 15 people on this property and never find them.
Inside the 18,000 square foot main house, the living room has walls that disappear to create the ultimate indoor-outdoor entertainment area.
Before we tell you how much it sold for, here's a quick price history on Celine's Florida digs.
She originally listed the place for $72.5 million.
When no one bid, she dropped the price to $45.5 million.
And after our shoot, someone finally scooped it up for a fraction of the asking price.
It sold for just $28 million.
That was by far the chicest water park I've ever seen, if that's a thing.
That's a thing.
Okay, this next house has a backyard modeled after a famous luxury resort in the Caribbean.
The Backyard Atlantis is number 2.
This fancy 11,000 square foot mansion in Boca Raton, Florida sits on 6.5 acres.
But its wildest feature is out back,
where the owners built a resort-sized private water park.
It's got slides,
a lazy river,
and a swim-up bar for sipping champagne.
Broker Sonata Adjum says her client spent 2 years and $2.5 million to build out this 170,000-gallon party pool.
My client went to the Atlantis resort in the Bahamas and was truly inspired what he saw, and so he came back and recreated it.
And the Atlantis inspiration is everywhere.
Both properties have water slides that are built on Mayan-style stone structures surrounded by palm trees with cascading waterfalls.
There's even a koi pond that surrounds the hot tub. It's inspired by the shark-filled lagoon at the Bahamas resort.
The owner actually built this for himself and his family. He's got 4 children, and he wanted them to enjoy full water park at their own home instead of going back to the Bahamas all the time.
After our shoot, the mansion and backyard resort sold for $5.5 million. That whole setup almost makes me want to live in Boca.
Almost.
But the next house is in Miami, and it's one of my favorites. You can escape from your bedroom in a water slide. Here's number 1.
It makes you sexier, it makes you hotter.
Broker Eloy Carminate is really into this 19,000 square foot listing in Miami.
And it's just screaming sex.
It also screams over the top. There's a private basketball court.
$1 million worth of art hanging on the walls,
a $300,000 kitchen,
and a wall of sliding glass doors that reveal where the real fun starts.
The epic backyard has a giant pool,
And a $250,000 water slide.
with its own glass staircase.
That was actually brought in and delivered on a barge and craned out to the property because it weighed several tons.
Now you can get out of bed and slide from the master bedroom right into the pool.
That should wake you up.
So you feel like you're diving into the ocean in the middle of the Caribbean. And it's just screaming sex.
A buyer heard those screams loud and clear.
And scooped it up for $24 million.
So my master bedroom in New York City has a fire escape, so this would be a huge upgrade for me.
Out of all the houses you've seen, which one would you want to live in?
100% hands down Celine Dion's house.
Me too.
Roommates. Nice. Speaking of Celine's house, we have some crazy outtakes from that shoot, including this one where I strapped on a GoPro to ride the slide.
Anyone ever tell you that you scream like a 12-year-old girl?
Wow, no, you're the first. And hopefully this next outtake makes everyone forget what you just said.
Wait, is that Robert Frank sliding down Celine Dion's water slide in his suit?
Yeah, he's trying to. His suit is literally soaking up so much water that it's slowing him down big time.
That suit's ruined.
And check this out, I even got the underwater shot of him too. It's crazy.
That's the money shot.
And this is cool. It's the bouncing view from Celine's backyard trampoline.
You call this work?
Yes, and it was very hot that day. By the way, can you see who that is in the lazy river?
Oh my God, is that Robert floating around in his sopping wetsuit?
We were looking for any excuse to get in that water.
I got you something. It's a bathing suit for by the pool.
Great, and it matches your shirt.
Let us know your favorite in the comments. Don't forget to...
I'm Chris D'Lella.
And I'm Jesse Joseph. We're both producers at CNBC, and we travel the world covering the luxury real estate beat.
You're about to see 4 of the most expensive homes in America, with price tags over $100 million.
They're crazy big, packed with bowling alleys, underground tunnels, and even a $2 million TV that rises up from the pool.
Here's CNBC's Robert Frank with number 4.
You're about to take an exclusive tour of the most expensive home for sale in the United States. Asking price, $250 million. The recently completed 4-story mega mansion towers over the city of Los Angeles from the hills of Bel Air. This is the first and only time TV cameras will be allowed inside the 38,000 square foot home. Bruce Mikowski is the big-time developer who built this luxury lair. And when billionaires request a tour, Bruce starts right here.
So is this garage?
No, this is the ultimate auto gallery. This home comes with 12 of the most exciting and insane cars.
And expensive. This car alone, I know, is worth $2 million.
There's only 100 of these made. This is number 50.
Bruce spent years building this collection of cars and motorcycles that's now worth around $30 million. He's incorporated them into the design of the house, and he's hoping vintage cars like this extremely rare $15 million 1936 Mercedes will prove irresistible to a super wealthy buyer. But if cars aren't your thing, there's plenty more to amuse yourself with on this giant floor of the mansion.
This space is a little over 12,000 feet, and it is chock full with the most amazing entertainment that you could ever want to have. Starting in the far end over here with a 4-lane bowling alley.
And are those gold bowling pins?
They're custom-made bowling pins, but only for decoration. You can't use
Pretty
them.
nice decoration, though.
And just past the almost 30-foot mega TV hanging over the bar is a massive James Bond-themed movie theater that seats 40 and cost nearly $2 million just to build.
Really comfortable, by the way.
Robert, 57 speakers in here, 16 subwoofers, a 25-foot Stewart screen with 7,000 movies loaded in here. You're not going to want to leave this room.
You don't just watch this theater, you feel it in your soul.
There was no budget. It had to be the best of everything in this house.
And there are no limits on the second level either, starting with the mind-blowing spiral staircase that costs $2 million. But if the 75-foot infinity pool isn't grand enough for you, another multi-million-dollar marvel appears.
It is a $2 million theater outdoors. It's 18 feet wide by 12 feet high, and I can break it into as many TVs as you want, and you actually have a drive-in 4K theater in your house that you can use every single day because we're in Southern California.
And Bruce doesn't think the billionaire who buys this place should ever lift a finger. So he's including a personal trainer, a masseuse, and a private chef who's setting the table with Roberto Cavalli designer dishes. In all, 7 staff members have been hired to remain with the mansion for 2 years. They were assembled like the crew of a mega yacht, which was a big part of Bruce's inspiration to build this place.
It didn't make sense to me that somebody would spend $300 million on a boat that they use 8 weeks a year, and they live in a $20 million or $30 million house. So what I'm doing is I'm building these masterpieces for those people who want to have that same feeling on the water that they can have on land.
But even the largest luxury liners don't come with 130 curated art installations, like this gleaming $1 million steel sculpture of a giant Leica camera, and a spectacular 20-foot wall designed to look like an enormous safe. And since most super yachts come with their own helipad, Bruce put one on the roof, along with a Bell 22A helicopter. But since the ritzy neighborhood doesn't allow copters to take off and land, Bruce calls the permanently parked bird a multi-million-dollar sculpture.
The super wealthy really understand quality. I travel all around the world and I get to see their lifestyle. They just want the finest things in life, and if they can afford it, they should have it.
That house is so big, it took us 3 days to film it all.
Up next, you're about to see what's currently the most expensive home for sale in the U.S. It's got secret underground tunnels and a 12,000 bottle wine cellar.
This is number 3.
100% solar power? No panels on your home. Chariot Energy.
This $195 million residence sits in one of LA's most rarefied neighborhoods.
The estate's owned by billionaire TV mogul Jerry Parenchio.
The former Univision chairman purchased the Bel Air mansion back in 1986.
And after a 5-year gut renovation, he transformed the interior into an authentic replica of an 18th century French chateau.
And this is the first time TV cameras have ever been invited inside.
Mr. Parenchio loved to entertain, so he built this 40-car motor court, and above it, he built a beautiful rose garden.
The billionaire businessman filled the 25,000 square foot mega home with rare European antiques and made some modern-day upgrades to the place.
The grand ballroom was designed for entertaining, and one of the special features of this property is that a flick of a switch, it becomes a theater. Now, I'm not going to drop names, but on this very stage, you would have A-list performers who are used to playing in arenas, playing here for an intimate gathering of 100 guests.
One level below is the estate's massive wine cellar.
It's completely climate controlled and can hold 12,000 bottles of wine. You heard me right, 12,000 bottles.
Buried underneath the chateau, there's 2 tunnels that are original to the home's 1935 construction.
And this particular tunnel takes you to the spectacular pool and pool house. Pavarotti, who was a friend and a frequent guest to the estate, used to stay here often, and he would come down to these tunnels and he would practice because the acoustics were so great. Figaro!
The billionaire added a giant's head to the mouth of one of the tunnels and a massive steel and wood sculpture shaped like an oversized birdcage. It's surrounded by private gardens and ponds filled with koi fish.
Back in the 80s, the owner bought 3 neighboring properties, which expanded the estate to more than 10 acres.
He converted one property into a 5,700 square foot guest house. The other 2 he bulldozed to make way for a dramatic private driveway and grassy helipad.
A grand fountain in the backyard is flanked by a pair of staircases, each one with its own cascading waterfall.
And while redwood trees are usually only found in Northern California, the TV titan transplanted dozens of majestic sequoias, creating a private redwood grove in his own backyard.
Not only is there nothing like this in Los Angeles, I don't think there's anything like this in the country.
A Oh my God, Jess, I loved those secret underground tunnels.
Those were so cool. And up next, our stop is an LA mega home featured in iconic Hollywood films like The Godfather and The Bodyguard.
Check out number 2. At the top of this 800-foot-long driveway
sits a massive 50,000 square foot estate with a glamorous Hollywood past.
This is the Beverly House, which was the estate of William Randolph Hearst and Marion Davies. Jacqueline John F. Kennedy honeymooned here.
Inside, the home is filled with eye-catching architectural details, like this living room with elegant arched ceilings.
And a unique 2-story library with hand-carved woodwork.
You come in and you feel the expanse, the height.
In the billiard room, there's an antique pool table and fireplace.
With 2 dining rooms and hallways that are over 100 feet long, the Beverly House can easily entertain 1,000 people.
Downstairs, guests can party like the ultimate place.
Welcome back to the conclusion. The
With moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, your plans can change in minutes.
Guys, today we are back looking for more RV replacements. If you didn't see the last video, we went and looked at 3 different options, but you guys left so many different comments of options that we haven't even looked at yet, so we thought, let's go look at a few more options. Because there's a couple more vehicle styles out there that are actually really cool that we have to look at before we make any type of decision. So we're at our first location. Let's go out and show you where we're at. They have a bunch of interesting vehicles. It's not just normal cars.
Yeah, they have something that's gonna blow your guys' minds.
I cannot believe I'm looking at this right now.
Oh, that just sounds good. Guys, ready? Yeah.
Check it out, guys. We are in front of an ambulance. Legit.
It says ambulance on the other side.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
What?
See? The ambulance.
Yeah.
No way, guys.
I have never actually been in an ambulance before.
I was literally about to say that.
Obviously, they have all these shock bites, smoke bombs. Uh-oh. What?
Who was in here before me?
Because here's the cool thing about an ambulance. Obviously, there's all this like shelving in here, but we don't have to keep it in here. Right. We can take all this out and convert it into whatever we want in here.
I'm pretty sure this is a fact. I was researching ambulances. Oh, it's got a cool handrail so you can like not fall down. Anyway, it was saying that a lot of people convert these into like camper vans because the walls on the ambulance are like house grade insulation. Like the walls on that exterior.
Oh yeah. I can actually stand up fully. Andrew can't.
And this is the cool feature. This door slides.
Oh, it does?
Wow.
Pretty spacious right here. Yeah, look, we got an area for a clipboard. What? Yeah, look, there's a door and it slides. Now I'm gonna have to figure this out. How do you, is the bottom stuck? Well, either way, guys, this is a door that opens. So if we were to get it, we could open it up. Got all these cool side doors. Whoa! Whoa! Dang! So if we had a pop-up shop, we could put a bunch of stuff in here. No way! Andrew's still in the ambulance right now. I'm going back into the office because the owner said that we can test drive it.
Yes.
I'm so excited right now.
So cool.
Yes!
Wow. Dude. Whoa. I can't believe we're driving an ambulance right now. That's so weird.
I never thought you could actually do this. I didn't think like civilians could drive emergency vehicles, but apparently we can. Let's see what kind of power this beast has.
Oh, you're gonna floor it? Oh, that diesel.
What does that do? Is that the light controller? I actually don't know, but I think the lights still work on this. Obviously, you can't turn them on when driving or you could get in big trouble.
Yeah.
But they still work, I'm pretty sure. You
Yes.
Get in the back.
Okay.
Okay. Are there lights back here?
I see these lights. How do you turn them on?
Is there no light switch? Stand up here and hang on. Whoa.
Oh, I found a switch, but it doesn't do anything.
Dude, it feels fast back here.
Oh, I gotta get to the front. Or the back, I guess.
Aha! Whoa!
How was the ride back there, boss?
Pretty cool.
But just look at this, guys. Are you kidding me?
And like the last episode, guys, keep in mind all the vehicles we look at throughout the episode, and let us know in the comments which one you think is gonna be the best RV replacement.
If we were to get this, if we could change the lights to different colors, and guys think, color and style of the ambulance is cool in itself, but if we were to get this, we would wrap it a custom color and everything.
Yeah, we should keep the like same theme, like ambulance theme, but like our own custom ambulance wrap.
Like what we did with the RV. So you guys just saw the ambulance, but they also have a different emergency vehicle. Can you guess what it is before we show you? Probably. Andrew, do the honors.
A fire truck!
How old is this, dude? It even has a custom name, the Marietta. This is even bigger though, but here's the engine. Not sure how well this one works, but looks like it used to have a seat right here. So literally the firefighters would sit right here while driving, yeah. They got a phone, a Motorola, are you kidding? All these buttons though. This thing is a beast. Oh my gosh. Keep back 500 feet. Oh! Imagine if we had a fire truck and we could get the hose to work. Yeah. Except I think you have to hook it up to a fire hydrant, which we don't have access to.
I think you can, they have like a little bit of water on.
Oh, like a tank?
Yeah.
How's the weather up there? I mean, it does look old, but for it being old, it looks in pretty decent shape.
We have to get the fire truck, that way when we release new merch, we have to put out the fire because it's so hot.
Oh, I like that. Whoa. This interior though, it's dusty. There's the horn button, the siren button. I feel like I'm in like a roller coaster ride.
Yikes.
Yeah guys, what is cooler, this fire truck or an ambulance? Old fire truck, new ambulance. Oh, I don't know.
Also, do you guys like the new Marv hair? Who else wants Marv hair? Because you're allowed to if you want. If you want. Here's another interesting vehicle. An old mail truck. You can see on the side, you got the United States Postal Service.
A package delivered to your house usually comes in this, if it's a big one.
Wow.
Wow. We can put all the merch in here and just hand deliver packages.
The merch mobile?
Yep.
But look at this roof. Like, what is this?
All right, I'm sitting in the mail truck.
What the?
I can watch TV?
What kind of TV is this?
And what is this? Avoid backing up whenever possible.
There's no seats for me if I want to ride with you.
Oh.
I just have to stand up in the back and fly all over the place?
Yeah.
No! So our personal favorite, honestly, is this ambulance compared to the fire truck and the mail truck. If you guys were to guess how much the ambulance is, what would be your guess? It might surprise you. So the price on this ambulance is below $8,000. Now compare it to the school bus we looked at in the other episode. What, was that like 15,000?
Yeah, it was like 15 for the small one, but then if we wanted to get that small white one, that was like 30 grand.
Ice cream truck was about similar price, about $5,000 to $7,000 depending on which one we got. But this one, perfectly working, no problems with it, $7,000. That's pretty tough to beat, guys. What do you think?
Or we can start up our own transportation company.
What?
Wait, how do you get on this thing? This is the only door?
Yeah. Push maybe, or what?
Man, I really wanted to take a ride on the city bus. What the? Oh! Okay.
Whoa! Dude. That's the problem with like bigger vehicles. Bigger vehicles are like cooler to drive because there's so much more room, but it's also scarier and more difficult.
This is like cool, like sitting up here.
Yeah, so if you're driving, I can come way back here and just lounge. Make a lounge, gaming lounge.
Yeah, so you can even make this a whole section here with like bunk beds. And...
Even if we wanted to, we could use that. We don't have to ask mom or dad. We can just use it. We are on to the next location with another vehicle. It'll remind you of our old RV in a way. You'll see. Walking up to the next stop, guys, and this place has a lot of different options. Oh yeah, guys, we are at an RV dealership. I know you're thinking, you guys just had an RV. This isn't your RV dealership though, right?
No, this is like, we're looking at something new, something top of the line, hopefully.
Big, luxurious, not broken. They got some big ones right here that have these secret rooms in them. Now, how do I get inside? This, guys, is the luxurious Sun Voyager. Oh my good grief. Let's go inside. Must see. You're not. I gotta know what's in there. Let us in, Harry. Wow, guys. This is like a home in here. What in the world?
This is cool.
This is like so different than our RV. Fridge, working fridge. What's over here? Bathroom and shower and a full queen bed. Are you kidding me right now?
And it's a walkthrough.
Is that necessary?
Yes. They've got 3 that we may be interested in. They got one over there. That's the biggest, most expensive one. And then we got this one here. And then there's a smaller one over there, which may also be interesting to look at.
Keep in mind, mods, more J Stu videos, what is going to be the best?
Get your ideas. Yeah.
Oh my. Andrew?
Coming in.
Flat screen, we got a fireplace, a full-size fridge. You gotta be kidding me right now.
King size bed here.
Oh, yes. This is a bit much. Walking into a cheaper drivable RV.
Yeah, we didn't tell you the price of the other one. Should we tell them?
Yeah.
So that one was $100,000.
You.
Just coming up into this one, I think I actually like this style better.
This one's like literally half the price. This one's $50,000.
Back here's like another living room.
Yeah,
TV.
I think maybe it's cheaper because it's older, but
it's like woods.
It's so weird being in like an RV that actually looks nice and has all these rooms and a kitchen in it that works. Like, I am just baffled.
We're going up to the last one. This one's the smallest.
White leather, eh?
Not bad.
It's got curtains.
Oh, this is comfy.
Look at the walls, dude. It's carpet.
It doesn't go too far back, just to a bed right there.
Pretty small, but this one's also $50,000.
This is the same price as the other one. If you were buying one, which one would you get?
Oh, yes. I don't like the gigantic ones because I'd be way too scared to drive. This one's kind of like your normal size, like even like the size of the school bus. So,
and it's got a cool, like, I don't know who you talk to on this thing.
Dad? Now that I think about it, guys, an RV like this, like a bigger RV, would be fun to get if you were with like a bunch of YouTube friends and you were all making videos, like going on a road trip. I think the Ireland boys are doing that right now, actually.
But guys, I don't know how long you've been watching our videos, but we basically had that idea many years ago when we lived in Denver. We were shooting like a mini like trailer documentary series show thing,
but it didn't go anywhere. But we were thinking about doing it.
It's still a super cool idea. Maybe someday we get a bunch of YouTubers and we just tour around for a little while in a cool RV, make vids.
Oh yeah.
Guys, we checked out one more RV. This one is another one you have to tow, but my goodness, this is legendary.
This is way too nice, guys.
It's got lights like all over the place.
Custom lights. It smells like a new home. Plus, you get a free vacation if you buy this. It's cheaper than the other ones.
It's $10,000 on sale. Nice TV. Come this way. Down the hall.
Like an epic bed. A gigantor shower.
This is pretty epic. This feels like a vacation. All right, we have finished looking at every type of vehicle we can think of. So now comes the very important question.
What do we do?
Guys, we have the ambulance.
We have the ice cream truck.
The fire truck.
And I forgot the other one.
And the school bus.
So guys, we have a poll.
Discover. Hi, do you have a travel card? Yep, our miles card. Earn unlimited 1.5 miles and we'll match it at the end of your...
What's up guys, and welcome back to another fort video.
Today we are doing one of our favorites and one of your favorite fort videos, a hidden speaker fort.
So today's fort is brought to you by Cove. They sent us the speaker, so we're gonna be using it in the fort. First, we gotta go build a fort.
This is gonna be good.
We made it into the store, and we are making our way directly to the toilet paper section.
I wish we could make a fort where we could bring this whole thing in there.
Oh, that would be legendary. We have found the infamous toilet paper section, guys. It's up against the wall, too. Guys, I got an update for you. Andrew and I just looked at the toilet paper section, kind of scouted it out to see where we could go. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna clear in this area and then hopefully make our way out here, because we wanna get in this area specifically because look, we can see out in this whole zone.
Yeah, we can put the speaker like where the girl in the blue is.
Like by the shelf, that way we don't have to like do much. Found an entrance. Officially inside the fort, guys. As you can see, there's a lot of clearing out to do in this fort. There's a lot of toilet paper. Guys, there's a robot coming by. Hopefully it's not spying. Welcome to the bunker.
Oh, this is a fun bunker.
I know. I just connected the Cove commuter speaker to my phone's Bluetooth, and me and Andrew already picked out a spot down the aisle behind these popcorn kernels. And one of the coolest features of this speaker is it actually has a 30-foot Bluetooth radius, which means we can put this 30 foot away from us. And that's really important since we're trying to be sneaky for this video. We want to put the speaker far away from us so people don't know it's us. All right, so I got it on. Let's just do a quick sound check on low volume.
Watch out, sir. There is a giant hippopotamus coming down the aisle.
That's just on low?
Yeah, I can turn it up pretty loud. Like this is not even half. It's just pretty loud, guys.
Excuse me?
Oh my goodness. Do you hear how loud that is? So loud.
I like how she said it in like a question.
Excuse me? Also, another reason why we love this speaker is because, look, it has an actual subwoofer in the back. For a portable speaker, I think that's pretty amazing.
That was a very uncomfortable position.
So we're about to put the Cove speaker into position, but guess what? We're not worried about this thing dying because on a single charge, it gives you 8 hours of battery life. So we can leave it on the shelf for a while.
I don't think we're gonna be in here for 8 hours. If you guys wanna get a Cove commuter speaker, there's a link in the description for you to check out. And if you use the code JSTU at checkouts right here, you're gonna get 65% off. Pretty good deal.
Sort of hire us for like automatic like replacement people.
No, right? What's up, guys? Today we are doing after hours at a trampoline park. As you can see, it's already closed. Who's ready to have some fun? And today we were paid by Hot Wheels to make a super fun video. So stay tuned, guys, because we got some epic challenges. But first, let's go inside. Hurry. Sprint. Dude, it's always so weird being in places that are closed. It's so quiet. Look what's in front of us, guys. Look how much fun we're about to have.
By ourselves, after hours.
Yes. Where do we start? Yes. Ah, trampoline parks are so fun. Come on, we need a backflip. Can you do a front flip? Oh, there we go. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, guys, we have way too much fun when we're at like places that are closed. Check out the super trampoline slide. What? Guys, we got the new Hot Wheels ID. So they sent us the Hot Wheels ID set, a bunch of track builder stuff, and a whole bunch of cars that we can use. But guys, Hot Wheels ID is seriously like the coolest thing I think Hot Wheels has done in forever. This new track is not your typical Hot Wheels track like these ones. This is the next generation Smart Track, and it is so cool. All the Smart Track connects via USB. No way. You turn it on. No way. And guys, whoa, see, look, you got the Smart Track, boom, there it is. Plus, these cars are brand new. They're different because each car has its own ID chip. Every car. So no car is the same because this chip is different than this chip. Right. So what you do is you come to the app and you hit the scan button, right? Uh-huh. Boom. I'm gonna scan this green one in. Literally, it just popped up. Dude, that's so legit. See, isn't that cool? And then once you're in the app, you can like keep track of like, you know, how many miles you've driven, your top speed on that, races won. So since I just scanned this, obviously I have zeros, but. And you can level up your cars. So if your friend has the same car as you, your car might be better because your stats on the car could be way better than his. Now we're gonna go into the Smart Track free play, continue. So it's loading, it's loaded. It shows up on the app once you place it on the Smart Track. Race. Then you click the race button and watch what happens. See, look, you can see the Smart Track. It, like literally, this is it. So in whatever way you design the track, it'll come up on the app and it'll show you how fast your car goes, how many seconds it takes for the car to go around the track so you can keep track of who has the fastest lap. It's so cool. All right, so we're gonna be doing a whole bunch of challenges. This is the first one actually. So we have this it's a pretty small, just like basic track setup, okay? Check this out. Shoot! But that's the thing. If you push too hard on this lever, see when you're in the blue zone, that means that's good power. But once you get in the red zone, see, it's like RPMs on a real car. You don't want to red line, you'll blow up. Yeah, if you red line, the car's gonna fly off the track and then it messes up your stats. So for challenge number 1, Andrew and I are going head to head and competing at who can complete the most laps around this track in only 1 minute. So whoever has the most laps is the winner of challenge number 1. Challenge number 2, 3, and 4, though, have punishments. So guys, Andrew's gonna be losing all of them, I think. Stay tuned, leave a like if you're excited. Wheels mode. Hey, Cole. What? You kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
7, come on, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
What? Yes.
How much time?
What? You got 15 seconds.
12.
Quick! The quicker picker-upper. Bounty.
Just drives so violent. Anytime you get a chance to jump a train.
Oh,
that was one of the cleaner landings.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Park City, Utah. We're down here at Hoonigan Racing Division, and today
Ready, set, go! Oh! Oh.
You gotta lean with it. Go, 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 hit it.
Oh, I told you.
Santa.
Deep south out to Gar Hunters. Dustin goes down. Oh.
Whoa! Oh, I caught it on video!
This school bus in Texas flipped onto its side. Students sent flying out of their seats.
We have someone injured right here.
In all, 17 people taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. In Arizona, this student shaken up after his school bus rolled over. And this big rig in Florida slamming into the side of a bus with students on board, the bus driver in shock.
What happened?
A teacher went flying, but those students seatbelted and safe. Between 2008 and 2017, 1,241 people died in school transportation-related crashes. Most states don't require seatbelts on large school buses. In fact, only 8 states make it mandatory.
To show you what happens when a school bus rolls over, we're here in Indiana at Cape. They're going to crash test this school bus. Inside, there are 15 dummies. 8 of them are wearing seatbelts. This is Nick Awabdi. He's a lead engineer here. Nick, what do you expect to see inside?
So no matter how severe the accident, the children with lap shoulder belts will be much better protected than those without.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Let's see.
Engineers at Cape, a commercial crash test facility, installing sensors and rigging the bus with cameras to capture every angle inside and outside the cabin. Even high-speed cameras hooked up to record the movement of each rider once the bus gets rolling. One final check inside the bus before it takes off.
Launching vehicle in 3, 2, 1.
You're watching the school bus traveling at just 35 miles an hour. When it hits a ramp designed to simulate what would happen in a real-life rollover scenario. Whoa! Take a look from above as the bus speeds up the ramp and crashes onto its side, the sheer force swinging the front hood open. And on the inside, chaos. Watch as this unbelted passenger goes airborne. Take a look in slow motion. He flies across the aisle before his neck snaps back as he smashes into a seat. Watch as these two, not belted in, turn into projectiles, slamming into this passenger.
These riders did not start on this side of the bus.
In the rollover event, they came out of their seats and found themselves on the opposite side. And then as the bus came to a final impact, they actually wedged down into the seat cushion.
And what about the passengers wearing seatbelts? They stayed in their seats, faring much better. We showed Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth the results of Cape's demonstration.
It's pretty horrific.
The senator recently reintroduced the school bus.
Later. The speeds these two bikers are going is phenomenal. So officers Rob Jones and Matt Moon want to stop them before someone gets hurt.
Go. Get out of the way. Go. Ah. His mate gone. His mate's further up. Here he goes. He's gone through the red. Did he go through the red? He's still going, but...
The riders have in fact thought the better of it, but it's about the only sane decision they've made. Soon enough, they're riding like maniacs again.
Oh, look at him go. He's doing 90 for sure.
He's doing over 100.
Yep, go.
117.
117?
It looks like both bikes are going to pull over, so Matt does too. But then one of them makes a dramatic change of mind. It seems this guy will stop at nothing to get away.
Oh, look at him go. He's doing 90 for sure.
Two cops, the other.
He's just gone wrong side of the road. No decent gear. False play. Is the other one coming?
I'm going to go after.
Mick's going to grab the other one. Mick's got the other one.
We got the other one. Take the other.
But just as the first bike has blasted off, so has the second.
Coming back to you guys.
Cool, we got a reg on him.
Yeah, we got a good look at him. European-looking male.
Yeah, cool, thanks. We got a reg on him.
Yeah, his rego will be real. The big bike was fake.
We'll go straight to the house.
And as they close in on the location...
Who's this? It's the learner. Go. Oh, he's all the way to the end of it.
This guy for real? They're trying to stop around here somewhere, that's for sure.
Matt's definitely heading in the right direction, but with the rider taking big risks, the officers choose to rely on investigation skills over initiating a chase.
Oh, it's just here. It's probably going to come to nothing, but we'll have a look.
The rider hasn't made it back home, but dads there are not happy to hear his son's in trouble with the law.
Right, so there's no getting out of it for him. I said, I'm not out to hang him out to dry, but if he wants to play games and try and hide from us, then he's going to cop grief.
2 bikers fled from 2 cop cars' face. His phone, only for the man to claim his bike was stolen before the incident.
OK, well, we need to speak to you in person, all right? Because it's pretty serious what you're about to do.
Rob arranges to meet the man nearby.
That look like him, Mick?
Mate, we're getting past him.
Yeah, cool. I'll let you do the talk and move, otherwise
That is him.
So, what's the story?
Just jump off the car, mate.
I come here, went for a walk. Yep. I left my helmet and my gloves and my key. And yeah, got stolen, man. Come back and it was gone.
He's going to have to try a little harder with his story to get away with this one.
What sort of bike is your bike?
It's a Kawasaki.
Blue one, yeah? Has it got an L plate on it? Has it got an orange fluoro vest on it?
Yeah, I left the vest, left the gloves, the helmet. That's all gone.
Did you leave your face there too?
Or face?
Yeah. Because that man sitting over there, he got a good look at your head.
When was that?
All right. At the time I just mentioned before, your motorcycle was seen by us driving 117 the 60 zone on McIntyre Road, Sunshine North, and then evading police.
What, in my face, you say?
Your face was in the helmet.
How can my face be in the helmet?
Well, the rest of your body's going to be there too, isn't it?
Yeah, well...
Let's sharpen up, pal, because you're just digging yourself a deeper grave. Let's sharpen up, pal, because you're just digging yourself a deeper grave.
This man claims his bike was stolen when it evaded police, but no one believes him.
Yeah, okay.
Where's the bike now? Stop. Cut with the lying. All right, I'm done with it.
Mate, honestly.
I didn't come down the last
year. I'll report my bike stolen, and now you're coming with the jacks.
Nothing's been stolen, pal. You know that as well as I do.
Mate, you believe what you want to believe.
Car's got cameras in it, pal, and it's got you on it.
The evidence is as clear as day, but does the rider have tattoos and a shirt to match?
Same T-shirt, same tattoo. Right, you're getting charged. See ya. Bye. Done it,
mate. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, while I'm at it, notice a surrender for the motorbike.
Yeah, you're going to have to surrender your bike to get towed, because I'm sure it'll miraculously just show up.
What do you mean, surrender?
Surrender it, because you've evaded police.
Yeah, hopefully.
You have to surrender.
Well, why don't
your
you
bike.
go look for it?
It's not stolen.
It is stolen, mate.
It's not stolen. You have to surrender your bike.
False accusation.
Unit.
It's not stolen, apparently. Some ghost came and picked it up. So you aren't going to look for my bike?
It's not stolen.
Oh, well, if we see your bike, we'll have a crack at pulling it over again, and when we find you
he's
on
catching this time, yeah? Don't let him get away, mate. Sorry, boys.
The officers would love to get their hands on the bike, and later in the shift, the breakthrough they've been after.
No worries, thanks for that. Cool. Just got a call from the watch house downstairs. A witness has rang in locating this bike that we're looking for. It's just in a park in Taylor's Lake, so we're going to go have a look, see what we can find. So this is it, eh? Walking track. There it is. I reckon that's it there.
Yeah, it is.
Let's go for a walk. Does look like he's
ridden up and parked nicely.
His helmet or anything. Looks like he's taking that stuff home.
Yeah, and the
his
keys.
Beautiful.
That's it. Oh, let's impound it.
After several decades in the game, Matt's dealt with a ton of stolen bikes, and in his opinion, this is totally staged.
Crooks don't just park a car or a bike nicely in a secluded spot where there's not much chance of somebody coming across it. Crooks will either ride it until they crash it, keep stealing petrol to run it, and then when it gets too hot, they literally dump it on its side in a gutter somewhere. If the keys are in it, the keys are still in it when they dump it, because they've got no use for the keys. The only person who's got use for the keys is the owner. Just more evidence, more nail in the coffin of our young bloke who isn't man enough to admit when he's made a mistake and accept the consequences.
Yeah, mate, it's the police again. I spoke to you before. How you going? We've got your bike.
The man tells Rob he's at a party.
Oh, at a party? Not too broken up about your stolen bike?
And claims he wants to know if it's damaged.
No, mate, it's just how you left it. You don't need to come down. What we'll do, we're going to put it on an impound truck and we'll send you some paperwork. I hope you know that means we're taking your bike. Yeah, you've committed offences under the Hoon legislation, so we're going to impound your bike for 30 days. Ta-da!
For a possibly 2005 Blue Navara. It's got roof racks and full glass, it's got silver on the back, it's got stolen plates on it, so it's just stuck on with duct tape. At this stage, it's already taken off on the tog, so if you see it, just let us know. We'll see if we can get airwing up. Thank you, it's 705.
An SUV has taken off from the Highway Patrol in Western Melbourne, and now all units in the area are on alert.
She's doing a U and heading back north on Tarney.
Beautiful. Yeah, Wyndham 636, we're heading that way. We're coming.
Officer Aaron de Graaf and his partner have an unmarked cop car, so they're perfectly placed to sneak up on the runaway.
Hang on.
There it is. Aaron keeps the car well back from the target, so she doesn't get spooked.
636, is anyone authorised stop sticks? Is that an option for us?
Yeah, Roger. Wyndham 650, they got permission to authorise? Yeah, 550, I've got stop sticks.
Right.
Yeah, if we can dump her into an area where we can use stop sticks, no problem with me. Trying to get around her and lock her in first.
636, she's stopped at the moment. We're both stopped at a red light, a couple of cars behind her. Still looks like she's going to go east on Leaks, either towards the freeway or onto Croy Creek Road.
And with the OK given, multiple units make their